An off season like this can set the tone for your entire season, and it can set the tone for your team. What is going on, everybody? This is Steel Sermon in the house Thursday night with another video. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Links are posted in the box down below. You know, Omar Khan has just been incredible. Omar Khan, the Con Man, as I call him over here in Pittsburgh, because we knew that when Kevin Colbert was stepping down, that it was going to speak volumes about what the team was going to be when Omar Khan came in. And granted, it was an in-house promotion, and if you know me, I'm not an in-house promotion guy. I'm the last person on earth who likes that kind of stuff. But I got to tell you, Omar Khan has just been on the ball. And with this fantastic draft, his first official draft as GM, this offseason we've had, every transaction that he's made, and now it all culminates with extending Alex Highsmith. I put a video out about, a month ago, at least two of them out, saying the Steelers need to extend Alex Highsmith. I had every hope in the world, and no doubt in my mind whatsoever, that Khan would find a way to extend him. And I didn't anticipate it to be before preseason. But Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt on either side of that defensive line edging, that is just phenomenal. Omar Khan does it again. And, you know, it's just him in general, man. I mean, this guy is so aggressive, and he just means business. And, you know, as Steeler fans, we're not used to this type of stuff because we've had Kevin Colbert all these years. But in his swan song, Kevin Colbert did kind of go out with a bang. He immediately, you know, made all these moves. You know, we locked down Boswell, Minka, and Deontay Johnson and Larry Ogunjobi as well. Keanu Neal came back as a re-signed box safety. We got fill-ins on the O-line and the corners, the linebacking core, and the defensive line, because if anything was lacking with the Steelers, it was depth, and it's crazy to think about. But Omar Khan comes in, and we needed major depth on that offensive line and the corners, and he immediately addresses it. It's just incredible, man. You started off with getting Isaac Seumalo. Patrick Peterson comes in. Mark Robinson was always here, but it just seems like Omar Khan is going to experiment with him more. Herbig came in, Cole Holcomb came in, Landon Roberts came in. The thing that I just like the most about Omar Khan is that he's a go-getter. And he did more than what Kevin Colbert did in his last season, if that's, you know, feasible to think about. Loading up on the depth in the most important positions, because like I said, we were lacking in depth big time. But now you get in you get in Nate Herbig, who's probably going to replace Kevin Dotson, and if not, Herbig is going to be at center. If not him, Spencer Anderson. Miles Jack, a big letdown last year, but you get that back with Mark Robinson pretty much. And while these upgrades with the linebacking core and just the team in general, they may not be superstar players or players that are, you know, going to be MVP considerations or all pros, guess what? They are big upgrades to fix the pass rush and the rush defense. Downhill strikers, in-your-face guys, physical kind of guys. These guys are just meant to be Pittsburgh Steelers. Nick Herbig with the edge rush. Marcus Golden. Quincy Roche. You drafted Benton in the middle. I anticipate him to be in the middle in the future. While Nick Herbig is going to be on the edge. Marcus Golden's probably going to be on the edge. This linebacking core looks infinitely better thanks to Omar Khan, the Khan man. I already addressed corner. You got Patrick Peterson and Peasy Jr. Drafted him. You still got Levi Wallace on the outside, and you drafted Corey Trice as well. How deep is this cornerback slot looking right now? Pretty deep. My point is with Omar Khan is, since he nailed the draft, which we all know that he did, this is quite possibly the best draft that I've seen the Steelers have since like 2004. Because, you know, coming into this draft, we needed to fix the left side and we needed to address corner. What does Khan do? He immediately addresses it with, you know, Isaac Seumalo and Nate Herbig. But then in the draft, you trade up with New England to get Broderick frickin' Jones, possibly the best offensive lineman in the entire draft, and then you get Darnell Washington later in the draft, who's pretty much going to be the sixth man on the O-line. And now you just extended Alex Highsmith. I gotta tell you guys, you know, I'm always excited for Steeler football. I really am. Always excited for Steeler football. But I have not been this pumped up about the Pittsburgh Steelers, I would say probably since like 2018. At least 5 years. 2019, I was more curious than I was pumped up because we knew that was probably going to be Big Ben's last season and Antonio Brown was gone and you made all these decisions in the offseason. Well, we knew that it wasn't Big Ben's last season. It was going to be one of his last seasons, but Big Ben got injured in that season. 2020 was another curious one for me because we all know how crazy that year was with COVID. I don't think I need to explain that. 2021, I was kind of feeling down after the wild card. Last year, I was like, okay, we're going to get a new GM, and now Big Ben is retired. So let's see. It's probably not going to be a good year for us. But now 2023, coming off a 9-8 season where you barely missed the playoffs with a rookie quarterback and Kenny Pickett, and you make all these big hits in the offseason and nailing the draft, I am genuinely excited to see what the Pittsburgh Steelers do for 2023. You know, granted, we did lose some guys along the way, like Cam Sutton. He's with Detroit now. That was probably our biggest loss this offseason was Cam Sutton. He was really turning a corner last year. And then as much as I didn't like the guy, Terrell Edmonds, he went across the state in Philly to play for the Eagles now. Say what you want about Edmonds, but I respect his decision about just wanting to move forward, you know, as he was slightly increasing his game, and he just wanted a change of scenery. You can't really fault the guy for that, so I respect his decision, but granted, it doesn't change how I feel about him when he was here. But still, you did lose some guys along the way, but you added right in their places all the way back. And I got to tell you, the biggest thing that I love personally about Omar Khan, he slaps the table, man. And what I mean by that is nobody is safe. And what I mean is it doesn't matter who you are. It don't matter if you're TJ. It don't matter if you're Minka. It don't matter if you're Pickett. It don't matter if you're Pickens. It don't matter if you're Najee. It don't matter who you are. If you feel like, if Khan feels like you can be replaced, and if he feels like that you're not being a major contributor to the team, he is going to go out there and he is going to find the best replacement. Okay? The best replacement possible for said player. This guy doesn't play favorites. This guy doesn't hold people to standards, kind of like Kevin Colbert did low-key, because, like, if you're a star player on the team, you can just do whatever you want, but if you just happen to be a fifth-string guy, nope, you don't have to be subjected to that. Everyone gets the same energy from Omar Khan on this team. And that's what I love most about him. He is just so fit to be a GM, and he's acting the part as well. Very well, I should say. I think he has done a phenomenal job as the general manager so far for the Steelers. And I'm very excited to see what he has going forward in the future. I mean, the biggest question mark for me personally for him, I think that was everybody's biggest question mark. How's he going to do in the draft? I said that he has a reputation of not scouting well or scouting talent well, or whatever exactly I said it was. It was along those lines, I know, but all he did was just give us the best draft this franchise has had in years. And he immediately gave us more depth, and he immediately made us, in my opinion, into a better team. And honestly, you better look out, AFC North. Because if you think that this is the same Pittsburgh Steelers team from last year, and even from 2021, you got a rude awakening coming. This team, if you're not careful, can sneak the AFC North. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen, okay? Because let's face it, on paper, the Bengals are the most talented team in this division. The Ravens, yeah, they're good, but they got flaws as well. And Cleveland, you know, they can be a threat if Deshaun Watson finally pulls his head from out of his you-know-where, and Kevin Stefanski finally does the same. But everyone seems to be counting us out for some reason. And I'm saying this right here. We play all our cards right. Kenny Pickett doesn't have a sophomore slump. George Pickens continues to blossom. This O-line uses the depth. Najee Harris continues to do what he does. And this defense stays healthy, and TJ Watt, and now you got Alex Highsmith signed, pairing him with TJ Watt. You got one of the best, if not the best safety in the league in Minkah Fitzpatrick. And now you get a veteran at corner in Patrick Peterson, a young gun at corner in Peasy Jr., and you get depth for that as well. My point is, AFC North, you better look out. This team could sneak the AFC North right underneath your nose, and you will never see it coming. This is going to be an exciting season, man. Omar Khan, the con man he is, guess what? We play all our cards right. He's going to con the AFC North out of a division title. Maybe even a playoff run. Like I said, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I am saying it can happen, though. So let's get to it, man. What, training camp starts next week? Preseason starts in a couple of weeks? I can't wait, man. I can't wait. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. This is Steel Sermon checking on out for the night. Go Steelers, baby.